Hey Kingdom Kids, come on, it's time for another adventure.
CC, it's story time. CC, it's story time. CC always telling the stories, pink hair and socks, and she's never boring. Whiteboard with the orange tie. You need a recap, Derek is your guy. Oh, with a flow so cold. Everybody get ready for adventure mode. Heather with the crew that's so disruptive. Hey, what's that? Friendly interruption. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids.
Hey Kingdom Kids, I'm glad you're here. In today's lesson, we're going to hear about Jesus' last moments on earth. But before we do that, we need a recap. Take it away, Derek.
While the disciples were in a room, Jesus suddenly appeared. They were frightened, but Jesus said, "Why are you so afraid? Touch my hands. Ghosts don't have flesh, as I have." When the disciples saw the Lord, they became very happy. Jesus told them, "I am sending you just as the Father has sent me." Thomas, a disciple, wasn't with the others when Jesus appeared to them. When the disciples told him, Thomas did not believe them. A week later, the disciples were together again. This time, Thomas was with them. Jesus appeared and told Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hands. Stop doubting and have faith." Thomas replied, "You are my Lord and my God." Jesus said, "Thomas, do you have faith because you have seen me? The people who have faith in me without seeing me are the ones who are really blessed." Hey, that's us. Anyways, back to you, Cece.
You know what? L. Thomas. It almost reminds me of this one time where my brother...
We interrupt this regularly scheduled program to bring you this friendly interruption. Hopefully Joe will make you laugh with today's joke.
Hey, Kingdom Kids! Welcome back with some more jokes. For who? For you. It's for you. All right, here we go. Why did the kid cross the playground? To get to the other slide! Oh, to the other slide! It's like that chicken joke I heard. It's a... Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm sure his jokes will be better with time. Hopefully. Take it away, Cece.
Wow. Great job, Joe. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for...
Adventure Mode!
Jesus' disciples were out fishing. They didn't catch a thing, but Jesus stood on the shore and shouted, "Friends, have you caught anything?" They did not realize who he was. "No," they answered. So he told them, "Let your net down on the right side of your boat, and you will catch some fish." They did, and the net was so full of fish that they could not drag it up into the boat. When Peter realized it was Jesus, he jumped into the water and swam to shore, while the other disciples stayed in the boat and dragged in the net full of fish. Jesus said, "Come and eat." When Jesus and his disciples had finished eating, he asked, "Peter, do you love me more than the others do?" Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, you know I do." "Then feed my lambs," Jesus said. Jesus asked a second time, "Peter, do you love me?" Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." "Then take care of my sheep," Jesus told him. Jesus asked a third time, "Peter, do you love me?" Peter was hurt because Jesus had asked him 3 times if he loved him. So he told Jesus, "Lord, you know everything. You know I love you." Jesus replied, "Feed my sheep." Jesus said this to tell how Peter would die and bring honor to God. Jesus told his disciples, "Don't leave Jerusalem yet. Wait here for the Father to give you the Holy Spirit, just as I told you he has promised to do." John baptized with water, but in a few days you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit. Later, Jesus' 11 disciples went to a mountain in Galilee, where Jesus had told them to meet him. They saw him and worshipped him, but some of them doubted. Jesus came to them and said, "I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Go to the people of all nations and make them my disciples. Baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teach them to do everything I have told you. I will be with you always, even until the end of the world." While the apostles were still with Jesus, they asked him, "Lord, are you going to give Israel its own king again?" Jesus said to them, You don't need to know the time of those events that only the Father controls, but the Holy Spirit will come upon you and give you power. Then you will tell everyone about me in Jerusalem, in all Judea, in Samaria, and everywhere in the world." After Jesus had said this, and while they were watching, he was taken up into a cloud. They could not see him, but as he went up, they kept looking up into the sky. Suddenly, 2 men dressed in white clothes were standing there beside them. They said, "Why are you men from Galilee standing here and looking up into the sky? Jesus had been taken to heaven, but he will come back in the same way you have seen him go." And that's what we learned on
Adventure Mode!
Kingdom Kids, what does it mean when Jesus asked Peter to feed his sheep? Well, if God is our shepherd, then we are his sheep. So Jesus was telling Peter to go out and feed or teach the nations, to go and preach the gospel to everyone. And guess what? That's exactly what he did. Peter became one of the greatest missionaries that the world has ever seen. But there are still people out there who don't know about Jesus and how much he loves them. But there are people called missionaries that do exactly what Jesus sent Peter out to do. Kingdom Kids, ask your parents or leaders about what a missionary is and what they do. If God has called you to go out into the world and feed the sheep, then go. Remember, with God, anything is possible. Well, that's all the time we have for today, Kingdom Kids. I'll see you next time. Bye!
I liked this video. Did you? Well, like and subscribe.